Warriors, baby. Talk about a great victory for the Warriors. 120-112 over the 76ers. Probably one of the best teams out there in the East. So this is probably, I think the broadcasters in the game was mentioned. This is probably one of the best, biggest victories for the Warriors. And they played as a complete team. That's for darn sure. And shout out to freaking fucking Joel Embiid. That guy is a freaking monster. Warriors they couldn't stop him. They were just trying the best they could to try and contain him. I think he had like 46 points. Unbelievable game by Joel Embiid. But, like I said, the Warriors did really well. And this was the very first time I felt tremendous confidence in Mr. Jordan Poole. I think he stepped up today in regards to his scoring ability and then also decision making. There was one stupid ass fucking turnover, but I think he overcame that. And it was ill-advised pass. However, he played within under control, I felt, and obviously making the three-point shot helped tremendously. But I think he only had maybe one turnover, and it was a bad one. But if Jordan Poole can play this way, everybody in the fucking West, look out for the Warriors. I know I'm biased. I'm a big Warriors fan. However, if they can play this way, they're going to be very, very difficult to beat. Steph Curry did amazing again. He had an amazing game. He had like 29 points and 8 assists. And then there was a point in the game in the fourth quarter that Steph Curry just became Steph Curry. I mean, he just took over. There was maybe about a 5 to 7 minute mark. He just was scoring at will, but he was controlling the offense. Just amazing performance, I felt, against Joel Embiid that had like the highest points that the Warriors let anybody have this year. So goes to show you that the Warriors are going to be tough if Jordan Poole can play under control. And if the Warriors can just limit their turnover, at the beginning of the game, or I wouldn't even say the beginning, the first half, they just did some stupid turnovers once again. You know what? I've come to realize in the past decade, this is just the way they play. This is just the way they play. They try to play up tempo, cuts, backdoor passes, very risky passes that the Warriors tend to do, and they're just going to have those turnovers. You just got to live with it. It's just they have to minimize it. It's going to happen. If you're a Warriors fan, you know this. It's going to happen. They're going to have these stupid ass turnovers that you just want to just, in a sense, stab your eye, yourself in the eye and just not watch it. But you just have to live with it. But like I just said, they have to minimize it. If they can just keep it to a minimal at best, they can definitely do far, and they can definitely do damage in the playoffs. So there you guys go, Warriors. Amazing win. That's 3 games in a row. The Warriors have won 3 games in a row now. So we'll see if they can continue this momentum. And let's talk about the Grizzlies. Holy shit, they had an offensive output, 151 to 114 over the lowly Houston Rockets. I know the Houston Rockets not much. They're probably the worst team in the West. However, still scoring 151 points and beating the team by 30 plus points. Still damn impressive. Ja, obviously being Ja, but I think he only had like 18 points. But this is the thing with the Memphis Grizzlies. If Desmond Bane can play like he did tonight, they're going to be tough. If he can shoot the 3, like we know he can shoot the 3 if he's open, he's definitely going to spread out the floor. If everyone else can make those 3s for the Memphis Grizzlies, definitely going to help, because Ja is not going to make the 3s as much, obviously, but his drive and kick is definitely going to help the game for the Grizzlies, make it easier for them to score and for him to drive and score. If having that threat of the outside shot, whether it's Desmond Bane, Dylan, Brooks, whoever, or Jackson is able to hit those 3 consistently, Memphis will definitely be tough. I'm definitely looking to see how they're going to do in this playoff push, especially Ja coming back and fitting in better and meshing once again. So we shall see how the Memphis Grizzlies do. But like I said, it was a massive offensive output, and keep an eye on them if they can consistently hit those 3s. And last, I just wanted to talk about the third game is the Sacramento Kings 135 to 127 or the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns, you guys can just pretty much see without Kevin Durant, they're not going to go fucking far, guys. It's just, it is what it is. He's one of the greatest offensive player juggernauts, and he can play defense very well too. So the Phoenix Suns not having KD is hurting them right now, and we shall see how far they can get. And Sacramento Kings are pretty much fucking for real, guys. They're a tough squad, super young. It's going to be difficult matchup for them when it comes to playoff time, whoever they're going to match up against. I think Sacramento, they're going to gain experience this year, and we shall, I don't expect them to come out of the West, but I do expect them to make some noise, and being young and growing, hopefully they can gain this experience and really develop next year. So we should see how Sacramento does. I'm a huge Iowa Hawkeye fan, as everybody knows, so Keegan Murray is definitely developing into a nice player for the Sacramento Kings. Obviously having, Harrison Barnes and Mitchell, I think they're going to do pretty good in the playoffs. And, it's one of those things where I think experience is going to help them in the future. Like I said, I don't see them coming out of the West. It's just a juggernaut in the West right now. I think the Warriors are hitting their stride. I still think the Nuggets is definitely the cream of the crop in the West. Phoenix, once they get KD, and we shall see if they can gel quick enough. I don't think Dallas is a squad, and the reason I say that is because Kyrie and Luka are not seeing eye to eye quite yet. And the one thing with Luka is he just needs to quit bitching about fouls and just fucking get back on defense. He sits and bitches and whines, and then he puts his team in a deficit when it comes to fast break, because while he's sitting there bitching and whining, it's a 5-on-4. I see that quite a bit, actually. So that's what it is. Last night, great games, and just to kind of see the young and developing teams grow. I think Memphis is going to be tough if they can hit the threes. I think Sacramento is an up-and-coming squad, as long as they can gain that experience and develop. And watch out for the Warriors. They're slowly putting it together. If, like I just said, if Jordan Poole can step up at the right time, if they can get Gary Payton II back, I crossing my fingers if Andrew Wiggins comes back. I'm telling you, the Warriors going to be something to mess with. So we shall see in the West. But stay tuned. I think the Warriors play the Nuggets. We'll see where they really are at, I think, next week. So that'll be an interesting game. Can't wait to see that. So other than that, you guys like this shit? Subscribe.